Good afternoon / evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, The Unusual Genius, brought to you by King Enterprises. Now, if you don't know who King Enterprise is, just wait and find out, okay? Trust me. Now, on today's episode, what the be going on? Let me introduce y'all to a word, right? Not a word, but a phrase. Trauma farming, right? Pay attention to what I just said. Trauma farming, right? It's kind of like trauma bonding, but the difference is trauma bonding really takes two people. Trauma farming really only takes one person to do. It really only takes one person, right? So let me try to break this down for y'all, right? Trauma farming, right, would be trauma farming would be if a dude consistently did the same messed up thing, but he expected a different result. But he's not gonna change. He's just trauma farming. You see what I'm saying? He gonna keep on doing whatever it is that he gonna keep on doing. It ain't nothing you can do to stop that. It ain't nothing you can do to stop that. You see what I'm saying? However, right? In this case, we ain't talking about no dude. But we can talk about some dudes, because there's some dudes out here that really do be trauma farming, and then they like to run in the Victim Olympics, aka they are gold medalists at it for real. They really are, right? However, today's episode, we gonna talk about Summer Walker for a hot second. Now, me, frankly, I ain't the biggest Summer Walker fan. I can't really tell you that I listen to her music and nothing like that, right? However, when I hear somebody say, I just wanted to be the side, I don't even like laying up with dude, I don't even see how you like laying up with dude. You see what I'm saying? That's when I get into the whole, well, if that's the case, then why you trying so hard to make him believe that you want him then? If you know that you really don't want him, because what it seemed like is he was going to give it up either way. It really seems like he was going to give it up either way. So why are you so pressed on trying to make him feel a certain kind of way when you really don't like the dude, right? That's that part, right? But then there's another part of she consistently, keep in mind, consistently will pick the same type of dude. How do you pick the same type of dude, but then you get upset at the situation? Or how you pick the same kind of dude and you don't take accountability for your play part in said situation? Like if you look at her, the first baby daddy running on the track, if I'm not mistaken, she was baby mama number 4. Baby mama number 4 or number 3? Well, shit, what the fuck made you think it was gonna be any different with you? But also that comes into play like, alright, my nigga, what did you say to her? And be honest. What did you say to her? Or was it just that good? Because when we say it, it sounds crazy until we looking at a situation where it's like, it had to be. It just had to be. It's nothing else that you could have, like, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Y'all know exactly what I'm trying to say, right? That's your first kid. The second kid and the third kid, because she had twins, right? Second and third dude, right? I mean, since second and third, she had twins. We don't even know about Buddy like that. All we know is you had the twins, and then it just kind of seemed like you ain't want nothing to do with them. But it'd be like, well, why did you have the kids if you didn't want to? Like, make it make sense. That's all I'm saying, right? Why did you have the kids if you ain't had nothing? If you ain't want to do? Oh, peep the hoodie, by the way. You know, Unusual Genius on the hoodie. But yeah. Also, we just seen her. I think it was like a white dude or something like that on the red carpet looking all crazy and shit, right? That whole type of thing. Again, trauma farming. Trauma farming. It's crazy to think about this. Some people live their life in trauma. Like some people just literally live their life in trauma. And I don't mean the trauma that's brought in by other people. That's not what I'm talking about. I know. Don't get on me about that kind of stuff. I ain't on that kind of stuff. I'm talking about the people who purposefully do things that we from the outside can easily see. Like, I don't know what you're doing, but this ain't gonna turn out good. It ain't my life, you gotta live it, not me, right? But then it's like after they do it, they expect some type of sympathy or empathy for it, but it really be like, the first time, you get a little sympathy, right? Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, however many other times, it'd be like, look, at this point, you just keep doing it to yourself, but then you want us to feel a certain kind of way about it because you doing it to yourself. It don't make no sense to me, right? It don't make no sense to me to the point where, is she gearing up for an album? Do she need, hey, look, right? Do she need new material for an album? Is that why she doing this? Do she need new material for content? I don't know. I don't know. Look, I don't know because I don't really know someone walking like that. Y'all know her like that, right? I don't really know her like that. However, when you see somebody doing things on the internet, it really be like, is you doing it because you need the content, or is you doing it to gear for the album? Like, what are you about to roll out to us? Because if she come out with a single or something like that, you gonna be like, so was this like the rollout for the single type, or cause she did put out an album, and she put out an album before Ish happened. I mean, no. She put out the album after the Ish happened. So was that Ish the rollout for the, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, right? Now, I'm gonna pause right here, right? What we gonna do is, we're gonna double up on the topics, right? Similar, but not the same, right? Because now we're gonna talk about the people that run, right? And when I say run, I don't mean run like track. When I say run, I don't mean run from the police. No, that ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that run in the Victim Olympics. And boy, when I tell you, it is some gold medalists out here. I done seen some gold medalists out here. Let me tell you something. I don't understand people with the victim mindset. I don't understand people with the mindset of something was done to me and I can't get over it. I don't understand people with the mindset of everything that happens to me, I am the victim. I am not the person at fault. I am the victim. I'm not trying to victim blame nobody. I'm not talking about nothing as far as a criminal case. That's not what I'm talking about. Y'all know the people I'm talking about. The people who swear up and down everything is about race. It ain't. The people who swear up and down that because we're black, there are things that happen to us just because we're black. But yeah, it's things that happen to us because we're black, but you don't talk about the things that the other black people do. You negate those things. You don't talk about those. So my thing is, why is it that dang, I just answered my own question. Before I could even say it, I was about to be like, why is it so easy for people to always try to play victim in a situation? And I'm like, because it's easy. It's easy to say everything is somebody else's fault. It's so easy to not take accountability. It's so easy to say, I did what I was supposed to do, but it just didn't work out. It's so easy to say that. But at some point, you have to take accountability for your life. You got to take control of your life at that point. At some point, let me tell you something. At some point, you got to take control of your life. It's your life. It's not somebody else's life. It's your life. You got to take control of that. And if you can't take control of it, you will always play the victim. Always. You will always play the victim. You will always be the person that's crying wolf. Always. You will always be the person that's like, well, what about when such and such did this? Or what about when they did this? And it's like, how long ago was that? You still harped up on that? That's what you're doing? That's what you want to feel like? If you want to be a victim, by all means, you could be a victim. But also on the flip side of that, you have to accept the responsibility that comes with being the victim. And if you don't know what the responsibility is, more than likely because you're not a victim. But however, I'm getting tired of people playing victim. I'm getting tired of people always want to blame other people for everything that's going on. Hey, look, man, I'm gonna show my age a little bit. We too old to keep blaming other people for things that happen to us 15, 20, hell, even 10 years ago. 10, 15, 20 years ago, whatever happened, happened. You as an adult have to figure out how you need to move on with that. And I'm gonna tell you this now, the best way to move on with that is never to keep blaming someone else. Because the more you keep blaming someone else, the more you do not take accountability for what the fuck happened. Whether you want to forgive a person or not, you have to take the accountability and say, man, that shit's in the past, get over it, and keep moving forward. You get, that's something else too, because people do get, I'm thinking as I'm talking, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, right? So also, people, it's like, I don't know if it was a study. I don't know if it was a study, but I say this, right? Whatever age you were traumatized at, that's almost like the life loop that you live in, regardless of whether you realize it or not. Whatever age of whatever trauma happened, that's like the age of the life loop that you will live in, which is crazy when you think about it, because it's a lot of people who are 30 plus, but they really like 20, 22, maybe even 25 in their head for real. Like, it's crazy when you think of, just think about that. Just think about that part. Just think about that part. That's crazy when I'm thinking about it now, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here because it's a little cold in this building, and y'all don't know that, and that's okay. But y'all be safe out there. But also, stay dangerous.